You feel like we're kind of back to the 90s when you had to issue an IO for every website. It feels like almost anybody who sells anything, anybody who's sitting on consumer data, they're looking for extra margin. You know, Amazon famously became profitable because they were able to launch cloud and retail media.
Exactly.
Do you feel like are we
Back to
overloading
the
the
90s.
buyers to the extent that, there's just so many options now, so many things to sift through if you want to
Well,
find consumers through these channels?
you have two separate questions in the way there. Are we back to the 90s? Yes. I mean, we are. And I find that we're back to the 90s every iteration in that it started with 95 when I was doing online media, and then social media, and then video streaming media. It's come to funny, it's the whole theme of media. Now we have retail media being another one, but each of these is the same initial goal,
Yep.
which I always preach. How to connect?
Yeah.
You go online to connect. You go to social media, connect. You do a video stream to connect. You go on the retail because you're trying to connect the consumer. Same goal, and initially when you have this, it becomes this Wild West insanity.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's your host, Dylan Conroy, back with another edition of the Ad Podcast, streaming to you live from the Possible Show. And we've got Dominick Miserandino, who is the chairman and CEO of Retail Media Nexus. Thanks for coming on, buddy.
Thank you very much, sir.
So, for those that aren't familiar, tell them a little bit about RTMNexus, what you guys do,
RTMNexus,
and
I could
what
do.
brought you to Possible this year.
We have a wonderful community of retailers and brands. We do webinars, events, networking. I'm proud that we've helped executives get their next career,
Nice.
highlight them in thought leadership. And it really is the best for me in that I don't deny. I get to talk to serious execs and help guide them and help connect them.
Let's go. And what are you doing at Possible? You guys doing a lot of content this week?
Too much content this week. I'm
go.
doing Possible all day. Tonight I'm hosting the Drum Commerce Media Awards.
very
which is
cool.
gonna be
That's gonna
exciting.
be fun.
That's going to
Yeah.
require an outfit change.
Yeah,
and
I bet.
Get decked on. But it's really great because everyone's here.
Yeah.
Everyone is at Possible, so you're just constantly meeting who you need to meet.
I love it. So tell us about the state of retail media. It seems
yeah.
like people are almost rebranding. They're calling it commerce media now, right?
It's, I think, so in the infancy.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been in online media since '95.
Yeah.
And the naming has changed.
Yep.
But it's always the same thing. Click the dot and get the eyeball
Yeah.
to the store.
Get the attention to the consumer and drive a transaction.
Exactly. And in retail media and now commerce media, it's the concept of, can I get that consumer to buy one more thing or that other thing that I want them to? But with that at its core, I find that ideas circle and get us closer to that orbit of where we need to go.
Do you feel like we're kind of back to the 90s when you had to issue an IO for every website? It feels like almost anybody who sells anything, anybody who's sitting on consumer data, they're looking for extra margin. Amazon famously became profitable because they were able to launch cloud and retail media.
Exactly.
Do you feel like are we overloading the
90s.
buyers to the extent that, there's just so many options now, so many things to sift through if you want to find consumers through these channels?
You have two separate questions in the way there. Are we back to the 90s? Yes. I mean, we are. And I find that we're back to the 90s every iteration in that it started with 95 when I was doing online media, and then social media, and then video streaming media. It's come to funny, it's the whole theme of media. Now we have retail media being another one, but each of these is the same initial goal,
Yep.
which I always preach. How to connect?
Yeah.
You go online to connect. You go to social media, connect. You do a video stream to connect. You go on the retail because you're trying to connect the consumer. Same goal, and initially when you have this, it becomes this Wild West insanity, and then we start tightening. What are we trying to do? What's the goal?
Standardization, maybe some way. Do you think there'll be kind of a programmatic revolution where there'll be standardization and kind of SDKs that all these retailers can just plug into and find their consumer across the buying ecosystem?
Maybe not a standardization in the way you describe, but I say that because I don't know.
Yeah.
But will there be standardization? There always is.
Yeah.
You started during COVID. There was 2,000 video streaming platforms, and then we all went, you're going to either do Google Meet, Teams, or Zoom.
Yeah.
That's it. How many others were there during COVID?
Yeah.
And then we started tightening. And I think that naturally happens, which is great. And that's why I find so exciting about this space. We all go wide, and then we go, wait, what do we need?
Yeah.
And tighten in. And I think that's what really is the Wild West. But the Wild West metaphor is also lawless. While in this space, I think it's exciting in that we're learning, we're discovering. I look at more like the discovery of electricity. We're like, what else can we use it for? That's awesome. And now here we are again doing the same thing.
Yeah, it's interesting. Shop Talk, the big theme was Agentic, right? The idea that there's not going to be a too distant future where consumers are going to hand over their credit cards to agents, to AI agents. Zach, the go-to-market guy for ChatGPT, gave a pretty interesting prediction where he said, look, if you look at my refrigerator, my cupboard, or my pantry, there's really only 6 brands that I care about. Everything else is a commodity. So if an agent attached to my refrigerator, my smart plugged-in home, could make sure that those things never run out, buy things that are on sale, buy things that are the most efficient for restocking as far as getting it to me in a timely manner. It knows my preferences, it knows my tastes, it knows what I like. It seems like commodities and the things that we buy that are the toilet paper, the shampoo, the food in our cabinets might be the first thing that people kind of are willing to hand robots the buying decision to.
I think, first of all, that is the human incentive. We want easy. We are a society, I mean, before I came here to Possible, at 9 a.m., I realized I forgot something. I ordered it on Amazon. It showed up at my doorstep at 1 p.m. I got on my flight 3 p.m.
Yeah.
Like, that's our expectation. Or how often have we
almost
gone to
instantaneous, right?
beyond.
Yeah.
And I find it mind-blowing. I have at times ordered on the plane to the hotel, arrive there, and there's what I needed. I forgot. And I say that mindset because that is the societal expectation. And to remove that friction by saying, oh, the agent will handle it.
Yeah.
The agent will scan, your milk will always be delivered by the milkman. Now, what I enjoy becomes, when it all becomes full circle, I use the metaphor of milkman. Well, we did have a human component to this when the milkman knew when you needed more milk because the milkman literally delivered milk. So it's not a scary thing because society, we had done that. We've trusted the milkman will deliver what we need. He shows up every Friday and puts it in the
or even
cooler.
that your Instacart guy or your Walmart.com delivery person can make the right substitution.
We trust it now. And for an AI to do it, I don't think it's an emotional leap.
Yeah.
For the AI to have the credit card, you already gave it to your Instacart guy.
Yeah.
Or if you were going to your local butcher, which you would have experienced the 80s and 90s and early too, you might have said...
And that's having a comeback now. We got a thing in my neighborhood called Wise Ox, which is a sandwich shop, but it's also like a high-end premium butcher, and that's where we go, and it's like Mother's Day or Father's Day or Christmas dinner. We go there for the good stuff, right?
Yeah, and then you might say, I trust you. Put it together.
Yeah, because it's an expert.
It's the expert, and it's the trust, and it's the convenience, but it's also you don't want to be bothered. You want him to do it.
Yep.
So this only points to, in human nature and human history, we are well to say, go do it.
Yeah, it
Have
seems
fun.
like we're doing all these things with AI to save time in the workplace. Why wouldn't we do it in our personal lives?
I don't see in any way why not, and if you think we do it so often now, another example I just thought of is Google Maps. We always will switch the route if it says faster out here.
You always hit the optimization button, and
no
especially
one
if it takes you off
questions.
the highway, it's like almost like it's I've never driven through this neighborhood. This sounds fun.
Yeah, but no one ever questions, did this save me 2 minutes and I'm an idiot for pressing the button?
I always wondered
We
if
just
it was
do.
sending me down toll roads, like if they were in collaboration with the toll roads people.
And we wouldn't even question it. We would say, yes, that makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
So I think there's a societal trust of time, ease, don't want to think, want to just do this together. I had a friend of mine actually didn't even want to be bothered choosing clothes for conferences.
Yeah.
He uses AI to cut that step out. He takes a picture of his wardrobe, you choose, and it will say, checking the weather, checking this, checking that.
Yeah.
How can I help you?
Yeah, it's kind of like the Bill Gates, Steve Jobs thing, where like you want to outsource decisions that aren't of deep importance or kind of the things that matter, right?
I absolutely believe that, and I think people, by nature, that's what they want.
Yeah.
So yeah, I could see the evolution getting there from what he described, but more so because the human condition. We just want,
We want our time back. It's our most
Yeah.
limited resource.
That's the only thing we have.
Yeah. All right. So, what are you looking forward to this week? Anything must-see TV?
Really, I'm looking forward to the fact of walking 6 feet and seeing someone I know. And 6 feet
Just
and seeing someone I know.
yeah. I mean, hey, we're on this podcast early because we just ran into each other in the media room.
And that's what's great. This possible event is awesome for that. While I'm in the media room, I saw 3 guys I know. How awesome is that? Okay, let's do it.
I love it.
So thank you, friend.
Yeah. Well, if folks want to follow along, learn more about your thinking, connect with the RTM community.
RTMNexus, go on LinkedIn. Miserandino, Dominick Miserandino, go on LinkedIn. And just LinkedIn is the primary for it. RTMNexus.com, though.
I love it. Thanks for always spending some time with us.
Thank you, man.
Appreciate you.
All righty.